I cannot believe that Queen Bee was actually talking a little bit of smack about Hermes and Birkins on her latest album, Renaissance. And so I wanted to have a conversation with you all today to kind of see what your thoughts are about it and also see kind of like what our predictions are for the future in terms of the bags that she was talking about. So for those of you that aren't familiar, and I don't know how you can't be because Beyonce is everything to me, as I'm sure she is to a lot of you. I'm sure we've got a lot of like beehive out there, but Beyonce recently, this past weekend, she just dropped her latest album, Renaissance, and it is a work of art. It is amazing. I've been listening to the album on repeat, like start to finish, over and over and over again, literally since it came out this weekend. I mean, I've just been completely obsessed. There are so many different songs. Like she said, the transitions are immaculate. And one of the songs on that album, the song is actually called Summer Renaissance, has a really interesting song lyric about our friends Hermes and then this other brand that I'm sure a lot of you all have heard about that's had explosive growth within the past, like I would say mainly like the past 2 years, Telfar. So the song lyric in question goes like this. It says, "This Telfar bag imported, Birkins, them shits in storage." And this has been really controversial because, as we know, celebrities have huge influence over the popularity of brands and items, and they actually have the ability to catapult, you know, a type of brand or particular item like to like the mega like it item status. I mean, I know that we all saw it with Cardi B back in the Balenciaga sock boot in her lyric that's, you know, like, them Balenciagos, those shoes that look like socks. Like, Balenciaga was Balenciaga, you know, well before that. But think about the pre and post of that lyric. You know, Balenciaga then became a brand that was not just, you know, Balenciaga, but then it became much more hip. Like, it became adopted by a lot more like streetwear style folks. And so, I mean, there are a lot of different examples, but like we all know, like I don't have to explain it, like celebrities have a lot of influence, especially entertainers, especially musicians. And so, you know, when I heard this lyric, I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. I remember I was at the gym and I had to literally like replay it because I was like, wait, is she saying she has so many Birkins that they're in storage? Or is she saying like they're in storage because they suck? And like, kind of the gist of it is saying like, the Birkins are in storage for whatever reason, they're not so great. And like this Telfar bag is so highly sought after, like I had to import it. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, I would say like in the past like 2 to 3 years, Telfar is a brand that has become widely popular. And I think it's for a lot of different reasons. Now, the founder, Telfar Clemens, you know, his family is from Liberia. He was raised in New York and he created his namesake label there and really has come to stardom through his very popular shopping bags. Now, I think that Telfar is an incredible designer, incredible person, and I love someone who's just like different and unabashedly, you know, themselves. But I think that Telfar has a really interesting take on how they're approaching the world, because if you look on their website, there's actually like a key tagline at the bottom where it says, "It's not for you, it's for everyone." And this is really interesting considering the fact that Beyonce put both Hermes and Telfar in the exact same lyric, because as we know, Hermes is incredibly exclusive. You know, they see themselves as the top luxury fashion house, and they're very selective in terms of who can get what items. And so Telfar is taking a totally different approach. They're like, no, you know what? This stuff is for everyone. You belong. And I think that that is a beautiful thing, because I think it also shows the way that luxury fashion is changing. Because as you know, like big luxury fashion houses have always been like the Italian brands, you know, the French brands, you know, that's where you saw like all of our favorite luxury designers for the longest time. And I love seeing new folks from different walks of life, from different parts of the world. You know, they've got different skin color, like Telfar is a member of the queer community, and it's something that I think is really beautiful because it's a lot more inclusive. But I'm wondering if that means that they are going to be as successful as Hermes, because obviously, like we all know, part of Hermes's allure is the fact that A, their bags are so expensive and hard to get. So, you know, there's immediately like that scarcity factor, that exclusivity. Whereas Telfar, in a very different way, I think is also working on their exclusivity and also building up hype, but in a very different way. So there's no type of like pre-spend required to get a Telfar bag like there is to get a Birkin or Kelly. If you have any questions about that, I'll link a video that kind of explains like how to get a Birkin or Kelly. Telfar bags are readily available. You can go on the website and purchase them. You can purchase them through other retailers. And so there is none of that. But if you look on the Telfar website right now, you can actually see that all of their bags are essentially sold out. So if you go on and if you look at the shopping bag page, it's got its own section because it's so popular, you can scroll down. There's either coming soon in their new color glue, and then the rest, every single one is sold out. Now, I don't know if every single one was sold out before Beyonce's album came out, and it may have been something that, you know, her promotion of the brand caused it to be completely sold out. That I don't know, but I would be surprised if the album caused it to be sold out, because Beyonce has promoted Telfar before, and a lot of other celebrities have. I mean, Telfar has gotten all kinds of shout outs. Like I know Oprah has supported Telfar. I even remember on the last not so great season of The Real Housewives of New York City, I saw a lot of them wearing Telfar bags, and I thought that was really interesting because they were wearing them so frequently on the show to the point that I almost felt like it was sponsored, but I wonder if it was just like genuine support, because I know that a lot of folks are trying to show, you know, their support for Black-owned brands, for, you know, queer-owned brands, or brands that work with folks from the LGBTQIA+ community, or if it's because it's a new, hot, and upcoming designer. You know, I wasn't really sure about that just related to that show because I thought it was very visible on the show. But if you look on the website now, all of the bags are sold out, which is really interesting. But you see that here, the ones in glue are coming soon. And so there actually is, I'm filming this on August 4th. And on the top left-hand section of the website, it says Friday, August 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you click on it, it's basically the new items that are dropping, and it's everything that's dropping in the color glue, which also is just like a weird name for a color. I don't know if I'd want to be showing off look at my new glue bag, but whatever. I guess quirky works, different works. But so it's interesting because they are building hype in a very different way. And I don't know, but if I'm going to a website and everything's sold out, I'm like, oh my gosh, everything's sold out. Everyone else wants it. I kind of want it. And then I see a section where there's an upcoming drop happening. Part of me just wants to go on the website tomorrow at 12 Eastern and see how quickly the bags sell out. And it's not just their shopping bags that are sold out. If you go into their other bags section, all of those are sold out too. Now I know that the shopping bags are the most popular ones, but if you click here, you can see their round bags and then their duffel bags. Those are all sold out. So I just think it's really interesting because, again, I don't know if this happened because of what Beyonce said on her album. I'm really not sure because she did promote them before, and now it's this really interesting change. But I was wondering after that lyric came out when I was at the gym, and I work in marketing, I work in digital marketing, and so this is my bread and butter, e-commerce and retail in general. I need to know how things are trending, how users are searching online. And so my immediate thought was oh my God, did Beyonce just tank the Birkin? Now granted, she will never completely tank the Birkin, right? The Birkin is the Birkin, people love it. And also not everyone's a Beyonce fan, right? I'm sure there are a lot of you that maybe don't care for her. I think you're insane. I freaking worship this woman for so many reasons. But I'm sure there are a lot of you that don't like Beyonce, right? So not everyone's just gonna go burning their Birkins, but I do think this younger generation, folks who are really socially, environmentally, economically conscious, and for those of us that love Beyonce, I do think that there are a lot of folks who are going to start thinking about Telfar a lot more than they would have a few weeks ago. And so I was really curious to see how the search demand was going to change for Birkins and Telfar bags. And my prayers were answered when Vogue came out with this article actually recapping some of it. So that is really the crux of what I wanted to share with you all today. So the article says here, Views of Telfar items on resale platform The RealReal spiked 85% globally on the day that Beyonce's album was released, which I believe was on July 29th. Similarly, on luxury resale site Fashionphile, Telfar searches and page views and add to bag events, or like add to cart events, jumped 47%. So clearly, Telfar saw a spike, at least like in terms of short term, for their bags after the album dropped. And this is a really common thing that happens. Like for instance, when there's like a really big event like the Super Bowl or something, you will know that like certain topics and certain celebrities that, you know, had memorable moments in the Super Bowl start trending online in terms of, you know, Google searches, also on Twitter, things like that. So this is really common that Telfar saw an uptick. I remember I was thinking like, is Birkin going to see like a downward trends? And so here, this actually reinforced the fact that no, Hermes is still like the king or queen, and there's no such thing really as bad publicity. Like all publicity is good publicity. I hate to say it, but it is true in terms of marketing. So here it says, on Google Trends, searches for Telfar spiked above Birkin bag for a 5-hour period on the 30th of July, but overall the Birkin is still much more popular. And even here, luxury resale platform Rebag said searches for Birkins rose 33% in the 3-day period from the 28th of July to the 31st of July compared to the 3 days prior, while searches for Telfar grew at a lower rate of 21%. So as you can see, Telfar definitely got a boost from that song from Beyonce, but ain't nothing gonna dethrone a Birkin. Like, you know, at the end of the day, a Birkin is a Birkin. But I am really glad to see that Beyonce is using her platform to speak about causes and designers that she supports, because I feel like at the end of the day, if you're a celebrity and you have a platform, like that's what you should do. Like at the end of the day, like if I were really famous, I would want to talk about things that are important to me, like, you know, a lot of different causes, right? But one that comes to mind is like mental health awareness and suicide prevention, as I have talked about on my channel before. So I love to see that Beyonce is using her platform to support designers, you know, especially like Black owned, brown owned, you know, queer brands like Telfar. So overall, that is just one of the many good things that came from Beyonce's new album, Renaissance. And I am really glad that we got to chat about this, but I know that this could be a really controversial topic, so I want to know what you all think about this. What are your thoughts on Telfar bags and Birkins and like how they compare? And also, what do you think about Telfar's business strategy? Like with the all sold out online, but then having new drops listed? Like, is this the new way to play the exclusivity game in a way that's not elitist like Hermes? Like, let me know what you all think down in the comments below. And just like any members of the Beehive, drop some bees down in the comments because we stand Beyonce here on this channel. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting. And if you did, I would really love it if you could just like this video. Just give a little like down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel. So that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much again for watching. My name is Lily, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, everyone.